Hey guys, welcome back. This is Tina, and today I'm going to do a update on my progress for my goals in Bible reading, studying, and all that today. Oh, okay. So this is going to cover March and April because I seem to can't get these out. I don't know if it's because of the school year and all the activities in the sports, but it just hasn't worked out. So, to get started, this is my ESV Workhorse Bible. It's a single column journaling Bible, and I use it for everything, as you can see. So, if you want a tour of a certain book or what I've done, let me know and I'll see if I get that done. But to give you an update, I have finished my New Testament and theology. Yay! And our classes use the Wilmington's Guide to the Bible. So I have obviously been using this, and if you haven't seen it, I think I gave an overview and it's kind of like a commentary, but a little bit different. And it's also got a lot of theological questions, discussions. It's got charts. It's got it's like a commentary, but like upgraded. This is a wonderful resource. So that is what I've been using. Sorry, I'm going to look at my calendars because I can't remember that far back. So in March, I finished off Mark and John, should have finished off Mark. So yeah, finish off Mark. Went back to reading Genesis, and this is my class schedule for our reading assignments. So we went through Genesis and finished that up, and we are on the last week. Yeah. So we're currently finishing up Job here. This is test week here. This is where we're at. Ooh, there we go. So we finished up Job, or finishing up Job, and finishing up our Old Testament classes this week. And so I am happy to say that I passed the theology and New Testament with A's. So I'm very proud of myself. And let me show you how I did this. So if you're doing Bible classes or doing anything, I'm going to show you with theology. So if your teacher or professor or whatever gives you a study guide as an older student, been through this, done this before, use it. Absolutely use it. And last semester, it took me a little bit of stumbling to get back into the groove because that was my first semester back into classes that required testing. So with this, I will read through here and then I will go through. I don't have them circled anymore, but I will go through and circle. In fact, I probably do have some circled. Okay, so you'll see at the beginning of the year when we get these, I will go through each section and circle. And so when we go through that part in class, then I know afterwards that I am going to start making notes. Okay, this is theology, so it's going to look a little like woo. So I will make notes and write down what we should be studying. And that way I can go over all of this information weekly, monthly, and especially right before the tests to refresh my memory on a lot of stuff because this is all theology, by the way. It just helps you to remember, and writing it down is much better and more effective than typing it out or copying and pasting. So I highly suggest that. Now, I don't know. I'm going to jump to my Romans study, and I've been doing an inductive study, and I'm a little behind right now, but I had to focus on my classes. And so in March and April, let me move stuff. I'm about ready to rearrange my office, so my craft room office, so things are a little skewed. I haven't put things away yet. Let me make sure. Okay, so you sorry, I don't know, it's too early in the morning for me. So I had good intentions and started off like doing the inductive study and making my notes. But then I would have to take these notes when I wanted to and transfer them into my Bible. So what I've done is in March and April, the group that I'm doing this with, I think they're on chapter 8 already. And I have done 4 and 5, and I think I just finished up 6. Yeah. I started on 7, so I just need to... I started on 7. I'm not done with 7 yet. And I will show you. So 4 through 6, and I'm just taking this as I can. I'm not rushing through this one. So you see my notes are all transferred from here in the beginning. And from chapter 4 on, I am just flat out like making my notes that I want in my Bible. And it's gone a lot better and a lot more smoothly, and it's one less step. So if you are confident in the notes you want to make, feel free to just drop them straight into your Bible if that's what you choose to do, or straight into your notebook. I absolutely love doing this, and I've always had a problem with Romans, and I'm undiagnosed ADHD. So I love reading, and I can read a fiction book if I'm interested in it, and I can really dive in. But for nonfiction and things like that, I have a really hard time focusing. There's a lot of times in fiction I have trouble focusing, but I've used fiction for like my escape, my brain slow down, to where I have trouble. Like if I read a nonfiction book, I have trouble focusing for longer periods of time and really absorbing and analyzing. So Romans has always been one of those books that, and I think it's just Paul's writing. I think it's Paul's writing, and I think it's because everyone's like, Romans is great, Romans is, and it is. It is fantastic. But for someone who has trouble breaking it down, like the Gospels, I'm good. Leviticus and Deuteronomy, I'm probably going to do this with, to just analyze and break down the chapters. But this way, doing an inductive study and breaking down verse sections, okay, you don't have to take the whole chapter, just take a section of the verses, and it really helps you slow down, and it helps break it apart and bring out certain aspects of that section, and really kind of helps you see the repetition. You can see where I put husband and wife, he and she. Okay. So I did that, and I did the law. In here, like you can see that one has, our Lord, and all of the yellow with the cross and the diamonds. Those are the Trinity, God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit is aligned with a bubble, like a cloud bubble over it. But you can tell that it really helps bring it out. Also, slowing down and doing an inductive study. If you do this, I highly suggest going through an app like, I think it's Logos, that is on my phone and my tablet. And it helps with cross-references. And it also helps with, let me see if I can find one. I know. Okay. So different words. If you read different versions, or it will, like Logos will have a little letter or a number for the cross reference and a different word, like instruments or weapons. Unrighteousness is wickedness. So that really helps, change it up a little bit. So I am working my way through 7. I think they are diving into 8 now. I think they might even be most of the way. And I can, if you're interested, I can show you. It's growing your faith. Growing your faith. I think it's just growing your faith. She has a Facebook page, but she also has a YouTube channel. So there is that. Let me see if I can find it. Now this one is, let me take these out. This is what we're doing with my ladies' Bible study. I probably need to make better notes on like when we start things. Okay, so there's March 3/18, 2/11. Okay, so sometimes we take breaks. Like we are not meeting for most of March because there's just so much going on, and that. So I think, and say I tried to start doing that, and then 3/18. So I think probably around here, which is, where are we? Obadiah. Okay. So to summarize what we've been through, so we've done Obadiah and Nahum, and we did Jonah, and we're starting into Micah. We started in on it, and we didn't get very far because we read this and then we just ran out of time. So when we go back, we will be starting on Micah. And see here. So we did this part, and we're starting here on May 27th. And it's just, I love going through it slower, and I love going through it with another group or with other people, because you get a lot of different views and a lot of different interpretations and a lot of discussion. And that's kind of why we're going through it slow, because we read together, and then we read the chapters together, and then like I will go through and we try to answer ahead of time so we can share. But sometimes, life happens and we just don't get to it. But it's really nice to be able to have that discussion with others and to give you a different perspective. I am finishing up my last class this week and hopefully taking my test in the next week, so that I will be completely done with my classes until the fall, which would be, I think we start the middle of August. I know my daughter and I have, and I say my daughter and I because I drive her everywhere and I help a lot. We have fair in the month of June, and it takes up a good portion. I have a new Bible study that I alluded to in a previous video that I am going to get started setting up. And when I get that done in the next week or two to get it set up, and once I get it rolling, I will come on and share that with you. So I think this concludes. This is about where I've gotten. I have not gotten as far as I have wanted to. I do have, okay, so this is one last thing. I started this in mid-January. It's Living Above Worry and Stress. And it's just a little devotional study guide. And it's not bad. There's 12 chapters, and I got to chapter 10, and I am not loving it. It might be just the wrong time in life for me. I probably could have benefited from this years ago. Absolutely. I just don't see myself getting out of it what the time that needs to be put into it. And it might just be my spiritual walk right now, that this is just not it. So I am shelving this. And I did a lot of it in pencil. So if I really want to go through and do it again, brand new, not even like looking, not even picking up where I left off, I can do that because I can erase it or just write in a different medium, like a different pen or pencil, and re-answer all the questions if I find myself like needing to go through that again. But it's been a little bit more challenging to get things accomplished, and I think it's just we've had, it's just life. There's just been a lot going on. Oh, hold on, I'm trying to put something in my cart. As I said, and I know I say a lot, this is going to be completely unedited because I just don't have the time and I don't have it in me right now. That life is busy and I'm not quite out of the child rearing stage. We have one that is, our last one is 17 and she's a junior this year. And we have been playing around with what we're doing for classes and activities and stuff for next year. But as I said, 4-H is a huge part. And so it takes up a lot of time. And she picked up sports this year. So that takes a little bit more time out of my schedule and that. And so you just have to roll with it. I do have a small TBR and I do want to start getting through some of it. And I think that without having the classes, that I will be able to take that time that I was doing with classes and put it into more of my reading that I have on my TBR. So stay tuned for that. I am going to tell you that I probably will not do another update on my progress as a whole until July, simply for the fact that our fair is going to suck up a lot of my time. I will come on and we will see. I'm going to roll with it. I don't have a plan for sharing my Bible study, my next Bible study that I'm doing, but I will see how that goes. And if you guys want me to share like weekly or monthly, updates and like how I'm going through the Bible study, I will see about getting that done. But if this is just about where I'm at, and I am today going to be tearing apart half of my office / craft room. So that is going to be very interesting. My daughter is starting to have small panic attacks because she's got her 4-H projects, but I promised her that it wouldn't take more than maybe a couple days to get some semblance of, organization back in here. So we might need a little bit of prayer for that, but cross your fingers and God willing, I can hold true to that. So I hope this finds you well, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.